Namaskaram everyone. Today we'll be making a South Indian dish called Paruppu Urundai Kuzhambu. This is a gravy that is based on lentils, and it's a very healthy dish because it's got a lot of proteins and fiber as well. So here we have a bunch of methi leaves, fenugreek leaves that have been cut and cleaned well, and then I have a handful of curry leaves also that also have been cut very well. And we have two kinds of lentils. One is tuvar dal, that's called pigeon peas, and the other one is chana dal, Bengal gram dal. I have about 2 small cups of both the dals in equal proportions. We'll be soaking both the lentils in water for about an hour and a half, and later we'll be grinding it with some red chilies. Now let's check our greens. So these fenugreek leaves have been chopped very well, and we have about a handful of curry leaves also that adds a lot of flavor to the dish. We have a small orange sized tamarind, and we'll be soaking it in warm water, and later on we'll be extracting the tamarind juice. Now let's heat a pan and let's add about 2 teaspoons of sesame oil, 2 very small teaspoons of sesame oil, and let's add in the cleaned greens, the fenugreek leaves and the curry leaves. Let's add it to the pan and let's stir them in medium flame for about 2 minutes. So here I have beetroots that are chopped, and I have curry leaves. So we'll be making beetroot curry and also rasam that can be had with rice for lunch today. So now the greens have all shrunk very well, and let's keep it aside. We'll be mixing this with the lentils now. So we have not added any salt or turmeric to this. Let all the water get evaporated, because if there is any water when we are making the lentil balls, it's going to dissolve in the gravy. So here we are going to be grinding the lentils. The lentils have been soaked well. Let's drain all the water and let's add only the lentils. And we'll be grinding them with about 3 or 4 Indian red chilies and a little bit of salt. If you wish to add asafoetida or hing at this point, you may wish to do so, but I'm not going to add it. Now the lentils have been ground, and we are going to be mixing that with fenugreek leaves very well. And let's make small lemon-sized balls out of this, and let's transfer all of that into a plate. I think for this quantity we'll be getting about 8 to 9 lemon-sized balls. Let's shape all these lentils into lemon-sized balls. We'll be getting around 9 to 10 balls out of this. We'll be using sesame oil to cook this. Sesame oil is very good for your skin. The smell of fenugreek leaves is wonderful along with the curry leaves. Now let's heat a pan and let's add generous amount of sesame oil. See, for these kind of tamarind based gravies, which we call as vatta kuzhambu, you need a lot of oil. So generally we'll be using sesame oil. So once the oil is heated, let's add in the mustard. Once the mustard seeds pop, let's add in half a teaspoon of fenugreek seeds as well. And then we are adding about 2 split red chilies and 2 heaped teaspoons of sambar powder. I'll later on be putting a video on how to make sambar powder. The sambar powder has been made at home. So we need to saute the sambar powder also. You need to be very quick, else it will get burnt. We are adding salt, and now let's add in the extracted tamarind juice. I think this is about 4 cups of tamarind juice. We have added enough water because we are going to be dropping the lentil balls into this, and we are going to let it cook for about 10 minutes. So we'll be adding some curry leaves also, and let's gently add in the lentil balls one by one. Take care not to throw them, otherwise you will be having a face palm moment. So you need to be very careful whenever you do such kind of South Indian cooking. So you can see the tamarind water boiling in the sides. Now it's about 10 minutes. All the lentil balls have been cooked. But you need to be very careful in using a spatula. You use a flat spatula. You should not be stirring it very vigorously, else all the lentil balls will break. This kind of cooking requires a lot of patience and a lot of involvement. See, now the lentil balls have been cooked very well. I'll also show you how they look once you break them. So now it's time to turn off the heat. Now this Paruppu Urundai Kuzhambu is ready. We'll be serving that with rice and beetroot curry. So we'll be serving the Paruppu Urundai Kuzhambu. So let's bow down to the food. Lots of people have worked for this food that's come onto our plates. My daughter is breaking the lentil balls. It looks very good. And she's having that for lunch today. Try this recipe and let me know. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskaram.